Her husband took everything from her, threw her and her 2 kids onto the street, and called her useless right in front of them. A few months later, they were sleeping in an old car. She hauled materials on construction sites during the day and washed cars by the roadside at night. Even when her hands split open, she didn't stop, until a truck driver pushed her toward an interview that would change her fate. After the interview, the boss, Miller, made the call on the spot. "Come in tomorrow." In the first week, Emily showed up half an hour earlier than everyone else. She learned every row of shelves in the warehouse, where stock ran out often, where shipments were easily sent wrong. She wrote it all down in a small notebook. In the second week, she taped a handwritten process to the sorting station. Scan first, then box it up. Heavy items go on a separate rack. Any abnormal issue gets reported the same day. The workers were impatient at first, but 3 days later, wrong orders were cut in half. The boss's look at her changed. A month later, Emily was transferred to the office, handling inventory and scheduling. She was still wearing her old coat. Lunch was just a piece of bread, but she saved every single penny, for one goal only: to let her kids sleep in a real bed. That winter, she rented the cheapest 2 bedrooms she could find. The moment the door opened, Noah and Liam rushed in. They cheered when they saw the mattresses. Emily stood in the doorway, suddenly wanting to cry, but she swallowed the tears back. She told herself, this is only the beginning. Truck driver Jake didn't forget her. On weekends, he'd bring her a bit of extra work, helping people move, helping fix cars. She went too. When blisters formed, she taped them up. If it hurt, she didn't make a sound. Half a year later, the warehouse was going to expand. The boss asked who dared to take the night shift project. No one spoke. Emily raised her hand. She said, "I can, because I know if I don't fight, life will swallow me." The day the project succeeded, the boss called her into the office. He promoted her, and he placed a set of keys on the desk. It was a company car. Emily held the keys, her fingertips burning. For the first time, she felt she was really alive again. She didn't waste this luck. After work, she polished the car until it shined. On weekends, she took private mobile detailing jobs. One car at a time, she built her reputation. Soon, clients from the warehouse came to her too. One time, they booked 20 cars at once. That night, she went home and put a stack of cash on the table. The kids froze. She smiled and said, "This is our new starting point." The news reached her ex-husband Ryan. He suddenly showed up, dressed neatly. But his tone was as high and mighty as ever. He said, "The kids are partly mine too. Now you have money. You should make up my share." Emily didn't argue and she didn't cry. She laid out the divorce papers, the records of him refusing to pay child support, and the police report from when they were forced out of the house, placing them one by one in front of him. She looked at him and said, "Back then you took everything, and you took my last bit of illusion with it. Now I only want to raise the kids. What you want is face. I can't give you that." Ryan's face went pale, trying to say something. Emily stood up and opened the door. She said only one sentence: "Get out." The moment the door closed, the room was quiet. The 2 kids were doing homework. The light was warm, like a new life. Emily walked to the window and saw that car downstairs. It was no longer the bed they once slept in, but the tool she used to start again. She turned around and said to the kids, "Tomorrow we're going to buy a bookshelf, and we'll pick out a dining table too. We're going to live like a real home." If you're being denied too, remember, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Just step by step, pull yourself out of the mud. Let time speak for you. The end.